Thanks for joining us today on the Daily Edition. He's home from Broadway and more colourful than ever. Priscilla star Tony Sheldon joins us live as the musical heads into previously uncharted territory.
Plus, two-time Paralympic medalist Carney Liddell on the one thing she never wants to hear again.
Then, inside the secret life of a billionaire. Why? You're about to find out a lot more about James Packer.
And the greatest Aussie athlete you've probably never heard of. We reveal the true story behind this iconic moment.
Time now to get the very latest from the 7 Newsroom. Thanks, Ryan.
Tom, Sally, good to be with you both. Good afternoon, everyone. A man has been refused bail when he appeared in court to face a charge of murder. He was arrested late yesterday over the death of a Wollongong mother. Andrew Denny is at court in the New South Wales Hunter Valley.
Well, 29-year-old Banu Kirkman is now in the holding cells here at Maitland Local Court after being charged with the murder of mother Christy Powell overnight. He was transported this morning in handcuffs and wearing a forensic jumpsuit, and he waved to the cameras outside. Now, the mother he's accused of murdering was found dead at her home in Bellambi last week with her 5-month-old baby boy alive in the next room. Today's court appearance follows a 3-day statewide manhunt for Kirkman, and yesterday afternoon that led investigators to a demountable building near the Maitland train station where it's alleged he'd been hiding out. He was arrested after allegedly running out to the road. Kirkman was once an employee of Christie's dog grooming business, but police will allege he had developed an obsession with her and began sending numerous threatening messages. Within hours of her murder, detectives had released his name and photos and appealed for public help to track him down. It's understood that information and security video led officers here. Christie's family have told 7 News that they're relieved he's been caught, but their loss is only just beginning to sink in. And as they now prepare for Christie's funeral, they're also now coming to terms with having to face a very long and painful court process.
Andrew Denny with that report. The 43-year-old mother who was missing after a fierce blaze engulfed her home at the foot of Victoria's Dandenong Ranges has been found alive and well. Authorities spotted the woman at a local shopping centre around 1 p.m. Her distressed teenage daughter had narrowly escaped the flames by climbing out her bedroom window. A fisherman is recovering in hospital after he was mauled by a reef shark off the coast of central Queensland. The 55-year-old suffered a large bite to his shoulder as he attempted to reel it into his boat. Paramedics were waiting as he was brought to the marina at Yeppoon.
We just hooked up this shark, and Mozzie thought he could wrangle it in the boat, and he slipped out over the side, and as he went over the side, the shark grabbed hold of the top of his arm.
Medical crews said he was remarkably happy in spite of his injuries. Security has been increased at the Sydney Opera House ahead of tonight's Everest Barrier draw after threats of death and violence. Thousands of people are expected to protest the light projection onto the sails, a decision that sparked widespread controversy. 2GB broadcaster Alan Jones this morning apologised for his on-air treatment of Opera House CEO Louise Heron in a heated interview over the saga.
You can imagine here that you can't...
So to Louise and to those people who have been offended, I apologise. I'm always happy to do that.
More than 230,000 people have signed a petition calling on the government to reverse its decision to project the Everest draw. Residents in Florida are carrying out potentially life-saving preparations as Hurricane Michael heads towards them. Their already powerful system is strengthening as it moves across the Gulf of Mexico. It's being predicted as the area's strongest hurricane in at least 13 years. Flooding rain, destructive winds and coastal inundation from rising oceans are expected. Doctors have announced the surgery to separate conjoined twins will take place at Melbourne's Royal Children's Hospital this Friday. 14-month-old twins Nima and Dawa arrived with their mother from Bhutan last week. The surgery and recovery are estimated to cost at least $350,000, which the state government has pledged to cover. A Russian youth footballer has performed one of the most audacious penalty kicks ever. The 21-year-old ignored the traditional style and opted for a spectacular backflip. Look at that. Fortunately for him, he found the net and his team romped to an equally impressive 4-0 win. It's no fluke, though. He did the same thing last year, but this wasn't an official game. I think you would only ever try that if you were going to win 4-0. I don't think if the match was on the line you would try that one, would you?
I think it's a distraction method because the goalie's probably so busy thinking, what's he doing?
Yeah.
And then, boom, the ball's in.
It looks pretty cool. And I think for those young football players, it's about going viral nowadays and getting the attention of these big clubs. So it puts them on their radar. So very smart to be doing this because I'm sure some of those big Premier League clubs and the like will be taking notice.
Totally.
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, mate. Still to come, new details in Jeffrey Rush's defamation case, plus former Paralympic swim star Carney Liddell on how she overcame her disability to find success in the pool.
But next for you, inside the private life of James Packer, what we'll learn about the Aussie billionaire in an upcoming explosive new biography. That's right after this.